and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tashima, and today I'm going to talk about 3 breathing techniques that you can use during labor and delivery, plus a demonstration. So let's get started. So during early labor, you want to try to, during labor period, you just want to make sure that you're breathing, that you fully oxygenate your body, because it's going to be what's best for you and it's going to be what's best for the baby, because labor and delivery is of course a big, huge event. So you want to make sure that you're breathing throughout. So during the early labor, the best technique that I really found helpful for myself was like slow, deep breathing. So like breathing in, inhaling for an intake of 4, and then exhaling for an intake of 4 to 6 seconds. And really just being mindful to fill up your lungs, breathing from your diaphragm as best as you can. So if it helps for you to actually place your hands on your stomach and breathe in and exhale that way, just so you can be more mindful. So you can try that. Just remember, early labor, slow, deep breathing is going to be your best to get you through those contractions. They're not that intense yet, but just focusing on your breath, focusing on your breathing is a good technique to kind of deal with the pain. It's a good form of pain management, especially if you're trying to go epidural free or as low amount of pain medication that you can. I find that breathing really helps. So I'll demonstrate, and you can, pause it and rewind it if you want to practice along with me, so that you kind of get a gist of what I'm talking about. So I display that now. So I'm going to breathe in for an intake of 4, completely filling up my lungs, in through my nose, and then exhaling through my mouth for 4 to 6 counts. I think I did 6 altogether, but most times breathing in for the 4 count and then breathing out for the 6 seconds, breathing out through your mouth, it kind of just really helps you to focus on your breath and to make that like the main thing that you're focused on at that point in time, to get you through those early contractions. That should be helpful for you. So for the next stage of labor, when your contractions are getting kind of stronger and you may be going in through transition, those slow, deep breaths are not going to cut it anymore. I know for me, I had to really kind of quicken my inhales and exhales, and this is where the hee hoo hoo kind of breathing comes from the Lamaze. But it's short, quick breaths, and it kind of help you throughout that contraction. So as soon as you feel one coming on, just breathing in real quick and out real quick through your nose and through your mouth can help you to get through that contraction for however long it lasts to. So just it's a little bit quicker pace than your earlier contractions, the breathing that you would do for those, because they're really intense. So you kind of want to keep up the pace with the contractions. They're coming rapid now, they're coming stronger, and the deep, slow breathing may not be enough to get you through those contractions. Of course, you can try that if you would like, but for me especially, I really favored the quick breathing, the quick inhales and exhales during the harder part of labor and through transition. It helped to, again, keep your mind on the breath, to focus on the breath, and kind of distract you from the pain that you're feeling. So if you can time them, if you have someone there with you that can time your contractions, like they see them coming on and peak, and just count you down, count you out of the contraction as you breathe, just let it in, let it out, probably for about 2 seconds inhale, 2 seconds out, exhale. You should be fine with that. So I would definitely try that for your harder contractions, where your body is kind of like feeling like it wants to push, but you're not ready to push yet, or you're not fully dilated yet. Just focusing on your breath with the quicker inhales should help you with that stage of labor. And then for the pushing stage of labor, there is the traditional way of breathing during that as well. So they normally do a 3 count and they have you hold the breath for 10 seconds. So when you have a contraction, you know, your doctor or your support person will instruct you to bear down and like really give it your all for 10 seconds, and they'll count you down. So the first time it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then they'll say again. And you usually can get in about 3 good pushes for each contraction, and if that works for you, then fine. But for me personally, I did that with my second birth and it was fine. It was effective enough and I was able to push them out that way. But for my last birth, I really just listened to my body and it was more intuitive. So no one was doing the count for me. I just, whenever I had a contraction, I bared down and I pushed. And what really helped me was to inhale as much as I could, and of course exhaling all the air out, but it helped to actually make a sound with the exhale. So I would inhale like, but when I was going to exhale, I was like just really like using my voice to bear down and to push. And that was extremely effective because I pushed them out in 11 minutes. So that's just for me. But of course you can do the 10 count if you're instructed to do that. But you also can do what feels best for you at that moment. So the main thing to keep in mind during labor and delivery, during your breathing, you definitely want to make sure that you're breathing. Like, you don't want to hold your breath because you decrease your oxygen to your baby, and you also can end up getting like really lightheaded, and it's just not good if you hold your breath during labor. You definitely want to remember to breathe. That's the most important part, is to make sure that you're breathing throughout the whole entire labor and delivery process. And another thing is don't hyperventilate. And what I mean by that is it's not effective breathing. It's not gonna push your baby down and it works you up. It gets your heart rate actually too high. So that's not what you want to do either. Controlled and practice and paced breathing, I feel like, is the best and it's the most effective. It's a good coping mechanism, like I said, if you're trying to go pain-free. So you know, you can use this video and go through them. If you want to do it with me, you can do the breathing exercises, and there's some other forms of breathing exercises out there, like a little bit more structured. But just remember, do what feels best for you in the moment. Like, no one can tell you how your body's gonna feel when you're actually giving birth in that moment. And even if you're a mom a second time, third time over, all deliveries are different. So what may have worked in one delivery may not work for the next delivery. Just keeping that in mind, and just really, I feel like the best thing that I can say is really trusting yourself, trusting the birthing process, trusting your body that you were made to do this and you can do this. And good luck to you. I hope that this video was helpful for you, and I hope that you'll have the birth that you want, and I hope that maybe I help somebody else learn some breathing coping techniques during labor and delivery. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Remember to let your story be your power. Bye.